This year marks the 75th anniversary of the founding of the PRC. Through the past 75 years, the Chinese people of all ethnic groups, under the leadership of the CPC, kept united and working hard to engender thorough changes within its territory. Particularly since the inception of the new era, under the strong leadership of the CPC Central Committee, with Comrade Xi Jinping as its core, the 1.4 billion plus Chinese people have been forging ahead with solidarity, scored globally recognized achievements on the economic and social development, and embarked on a new journey of building a modernized socialist country in all respects.
I want to express my sincere gratitude to friends from all communities who have long cared about and support China's development and China-South Africa relations. I also wish to extend festival greetings to all fellow Chinese working, studying, and living in South Africa. The past 75 years have witnessed a huge change for China. The Communist Party of China united and led Chinese people of all ethnic groups to work diligently down the path of Chinese modernization, and together achieved rapid economic development and long-term social stability. In 1949, China's GDP per capita in income per capita was just only $27. Our economy output was less than 5% of the world's total. In 2023, China's per capita national income reached $13,000 and our economic output reached 17% of the world total. In the first half of this year, China's GDP grew by 5%, and our foreign trade grew by 6.1%. Over 75 years ago, China could not produce a single car. Watches, bicycles, and sewing machines, nicknamed the Big Three, were all luxury items for quite a long time for Chinese people. By 2023, China's automobile production and sale both exceeded 30 million vehicles, and China's new Big Three products, namely electric vehicles, lithium batteries, and solar cells, combined surpassed the milestone of 1 trillion yuan in the value of total exports. At the beginning of the founding of New China, 80% of our population were illiterate. By 2023, the average year of education for China's new labor force was over 14 years. Each year, over 10 million students graduate from college in China. In July this year, the third plenary session of the 20th CPC Central Committee was successfully held. The plenary session made holistic arrangement for further deepening reform and promoting Chinese modernization, and proposed more than 300 new reform measures. China that enjoys high-quality development and high-level opening up will bring more opportunity to countries around the world. But I must say, we Chinese people will never take the wrong path of seeking hegemony when one becomes strong. We just want to enjoy a better life for our own.
As we reflect on China's success, global growth, and contribution towards the promotion of peace, security, and development, we also pay tribute to the celebration celebration of the 70th anniversary of the 5 principles of peace coexistence in Beijing, which were espoused in the build-up to the Asia-Africa Summit of 1955 in Bandung, and later adopted as the main goals and objectives of the non-aligned movement. These principles are still relevant today, as both countries are committed to enhancing our cooperation in international affairs and multilateral institutions, jointly upholding the UN-centered global system and fostering a more equitable international order and underpinned by the international law. On a more cultural level, South Africa will enhance its efforts to strengthen our people-to-people exchanges. As you would be aware, the third people-to-people exchange mechanism was held in Cape Town in February 2023. Mechanisms such as this do work towards enhancing political mutual trust and people-to-people exchanges and cooperation in sectors such as education, science and technology, medicine science, and even other specialized sectors which rely on trade and people-to-people and cultural engagement. In addition to this, South Africa will continue to work towards enhancing higher levels of tourism between our two countries. South Africa is ecstatic that we have been included in the top 20 destination that the government of China will be promoting to its people. And in this regard, I know my president is committed towards hastening the implementation of the visa regime reforms, which will contribute to tourism and enhance people-to-people relations.
My name is Mikatekiso Kubai. I'm a senior researcher at the Institute for Global Dialogue associated with UNISA. Imagine what April 27 is like for South Africans. It's important, it just happens to be here in South Africa, the 75th anniversary celebration here. But of course, it would be happening in every embassy around the world where China has a presence. It's very important. I mean, China is celebrating, with its friends, with its development partners, its milestones, the 75 years of the republic, People's Republic as it is now, and the milestones, the journey, that they've had to go through to get to where they are. It's very important. It's quite emotive. I mean, you will recall, that at some point, China had an economy which was even smaller than some of the smallest economies on the continent in Africa. And they had to sacrifice a great deal, to get to where they are today. So this is very important for them and emotional. As you would imagine, with our own, April 27, what it means, to South Africans, the sort of journey that we've had to travel. And the additional significance of this is, of course, the celebration of South Africa and China and South Africa's bilateral relationship. Which is now, you will recall, at the recent state visit by our president to China, has been elevated to all-round, strategic, partnership, which is even, more significant than the comprehensive strategic partnership before that. It's a big deal. It's a big deal. A lot is involved here. We fostering, new arrangements of working together. Focusing on implementing, agreements, and decisions, of cooperation, at a practical level. So this is very important. It's an honor, for the Chinese to invite us, to come and share with them, a moment of this nature, to celebrate with them.
So I think first of all, let me take the opportunity to wish China and congratulate them on the 75th birthday of the establishment of the People's Republic of China. But we must remember that China existed before the formation of the Republic and therefore brings into the establishment of the Republic a rich history, strong culture, and one of the things I've always been impressed by is how they have preserved their culture over thousands of years. And it's the first lesson we must learn is to value our heritage and our culture, because that's the foundation on which you build. China built its modern republic on the foundation of thousands of years. China is South Africa's largest trading partner. So we have an open door. Both our presidents, President Xi Jinping and President Matamela Ramaphosa, have continuously reaffirmed our friendship and our partnership. We would like, obviously, to see at the moment China is our largest partner, and we are also a significant exporter. But we would like to see China is a more open market so that we can, in fact, increase our exports from South Africa to China. But there's also a huge opportunity. We have some of the richest mineral resources in rare metals and other raw materials to bring into China, not just to export our raw materials, but to bring from China the tremendous wealth of industrial expertise. What China has done in the last 30 years to transform cities. You go to Shenzhen, you go to Shanghai, and you see what it looked like 30 and 40 years ago. Today there are modern cities. We haven't built a single modern city in the 30 years of our democracy. And it's not because it can't be done. We just need focus, and we need to learn from how China did that. Because if we want to address the triple challenges of poverty, inequality, and unemployment, we cannot continue to make South Africans reliant on social grants. We've got to expand our production base. We have to create enabling infrastructure in transport, in energy, in water, because not only does that leave a legacy, it also creates jobs, employment opportunities. It creates the opportunity for people to lift themselves out of poverty. What China has done in this regard is remarkable.